Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Tuesday ruled out withdrawing Israel Defense Forces from Gaza or releasing thousands of Palestinian prisoners, two critical demands from Gaza-based militant group Hamas, even as Israel and Hamas reportedly near a hostage and ceasefire agreement. Calls for a humanitarian ceasefire or pauses in the fighting between the IDF and Hamas have intensified as the war in Gaza enters its fourth month, and as the death toll in the Palestinian enclave surpasses 26,000, according to the Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry. The majority of United Nations member states called for a ceasefire last month, supporting a non-binding resolution that demanded the protection of civilians, as well as the immediate, unconditional release of all hostages and humanitarian access. The U.S. had previously vetoed a binding resolution for a ceasefire at the UN Security Council, while the U.S. and Israel both rejected the non-binding resolution. Still, U.S. officials have urged Israel to scale down its fighting in Gaza amid calls for humanitarian aid into Gaza, with U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan pushing last month for a targeted campaign. More than 100, that's how many of the 240 Israeli hostages captured in Hamas' October 7 attack have been released, primarily women and children who were returned to Israel during a 6-day ceasefire in November. Israel also returned roughly 240 Palestinian prisoners during that ceasefire, according to the Associated Press. Israeli forces raid West Bank hospital disguised as civilians and doctors, kill 3 Palestinian militants. Forbes, United Nations votes to call for humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza, with US and Israel voting no. Forbes.